waking up every day, knowing that the water you drink, cook with, and bathe in could make you or your family sick. In many communities, clean water is hard to find, and diseases from contaminated water are a constant threat. Water can look clean but still carry invisible germs, bacteria, viruses, and parasites. These germs can cause serious illnesses like diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, dysentery, and polio. They don't just make people sick. They can also harm animals, keep children out of school, adults out of work, and even lead to death. How do we know when a person might be sick from contaminated water? Often, they will show signs such as feeling weak with a loss of focus, having diarrhea and vomiting. They can be dehydrated, have infections on their skin and ears, and they can develop eye redness and irritation. All these symptoms can result when a person drinks water that is contaminated with germs. Germs enter water from human and animal waste, especially when toilets and hand washing are not available. Floods, poor sanitation, and open human waste make things worse. Even water that looks clear can be dangerous. Purifying water removes or kills germs, making it safe to drink and use. This protects everyone. And that's especially important for people who are most vulnerable, such as children, the elderly, and people with weak immune systems. Now, let's take a look at how you can purify water at home and make it safe to drink. You should know that the following 3 water purification methods will not remove chemical contaminants. The methods we discuss in this video work only on germs. They do not work on chemicals, such as petroleum, cleaning solutions, insecticides, and other chemical products that might get into the water supply. Let's start our discussion with the first water purification method, SODIS, which is solar water disinfection. SODIS uses sunlight to kill germs in water. Here's how to do it. To start, find a clear plastic bottle, such as one that is sold for water or soda. Wash it well with soap the first time you use it. Fill the clean container with water and check it. If it's cloudy, filter it through a clean cloth or through clean sand until the water is clear. If you have really cloudy water, it can help if you let it sit in the bottle for a few hours or overnight. Some dirt will settle to the bottom, and you can carefully pour off the clearer water, stopping before pouring the silt at the bottom. Then proceed with the clear water you just poured off. Fill the bottle with the clearer water and leave a small air gap at the top. Put on the cap and shake the bottle for 20 seconds. This adds oxygen, which helps the cleaning process. Lay the bottle flat in direct sunlight. If possible, place it on a reflective surface, such as a metal roof. Wait at least 6 hours in direct sunlight. If the sky is very cloudy, leave it for 2 days. Drink directly from the bottle or pour water into a clean cup. Don't touch the inside of the cap or bottle to avoid recontaminating the water. Here's a second method of water purification: boiling. Boiling is one of the oldest and most effective ways to kill germs in water. Here's how to do it. If the water is cloudy or it has debris in it, filter it through a clean cloth or clean sand as we described for the SODIS method. Let really dirty water sit for a few hours, then pour off the clearer water as described earlier. Pour the water into a clean pot. Heat the water until it reaches a strong boil. Then, boil the water for at least 1 minute. If you live in high altitudes, boil it for 3 minutes. Let the water cool and store the water in a clean container. Cover it to keep out bugs and dirt. When you use the water, always be sure to use clean cups, forks, spoons, and knives to avoid recontamination of the water. Now let's look at a third effective method of water purification: chlorine. Chlorine is a chemical that kills germs in water. It's often available as liquid drops or tablets. You also can use everyday chlorine bleach. However, use only regular, unscented chlorine bleach, no added soap, fragrances, or colorants for disinfecting water. Here's how to do it. If the water is cloudy, filter the water as we described for the other water purification methods. Remember, let really cloudy water sit for a few hours, pour off the clear portion, then filter the clear portion through a clean cloth, paper towel, or coffee filter until the water is as clear as possible. Now, to add the bleach, use a clean dropper. Be sure to get the amounts right. For a 1-liter bottle, use 2 drops of common bleach. sometimes called 5 to 6% bleach. In a 1-gallon container, around 4 liters, use 6 to 8 drops of bleach. If the water is cloudy, double the amount of bleach. Now, cap the bottle and shake the water well, and let it stand for at least 30 minutes. Do not drink it immediately. Check the chlorine smell of the water. It should have a slight chlorine odor. If it does not, repeat the dose and let it stand for another 15 minutes. Store the treated water in a clean, covered container. As always, use clean cups, forks, spoons, and knives to avoid recontamination. It is important to note that bleach loses strength over time, so use fresh bleach if possible. This is a good method to remove bacteria and viruses, but remember, it does not remove chemical pollutants. No method in this video can remove chemical pollutants. Community health workers are here to help you and your community improve health in many ways. One of those ways is teaching families about how to clean water for safe drinking, how to use SODIS, boiling and chlorine to purify water. In some cases, community health workers can help provide chlorine and other supplies. If someone drinks contaminated water and gets sick, community health workers can help treat that person or bring him or her to a clinic for treatment. Finally, community health workers can answer questions about a wide range of health issues, including water safety. One more point before we end this discussion. Sometimes, whole communities can work together to treat water. They can clean the water supply from which the community gets its water. For instance, they can bring in large sand and gravel filters. They can get clay pot filters, use simple chlorination systems for the entire community, and even collect rainwater in large containers for the community to use. Here too, community health workers can assist community leaders as they look into community-level solutions. Clean water saves lives. By using simple methods like SODIS, boiling, and chlorine, and by working with community health workers, you can protect your family and your future. You can also teach others what you've learned. Share this knowledge with your friends and your family. Remember 2 things. Safe water is everyone's responsibility, and community health workers are there to assist your family and your community purify your water.